Hey guys, it's Pat, and welcome back to another custom LEGO minifigure showcase. This time I got Star-Lord, Rocket Raccoon, Drax the Destroyer, Groot, Thor, and Adam Warlock, the Guardians of the Galaxy. Now, I bet you're wondering, why is Thor here? He's not a Guardian. He was. He was an honorary Guardian. He temporarily replaced Gamora in Avengers Infinity War and also in Thor Love and Thunder. Okay? So that's why I put Thor in here. And also, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 yesterday, and oh my god! Was it a very sad and disturbing movie?
It was good, though.
It was really good. It was the best. It was the best Guardians movie out of the three of them. But oh my fucking god, was it very sad and very disturbing because of this guy right here. They did nah. So and. By the way, this video will contain spoilers for the movie. So if you haven't seen the movie, because I highly recommend it, but if you haven't seen the movie, go click on this video, go see the movie, come back, and maybe we can talk about it in the comments. And also, there may or may not be spoilers in the comments. That part I can't control. But again...
Disclaimer for the video for spoilers.
But again, this is a disclaimer. But again,
well, in the
spoilers!
In the title of the video.
But again, spoilers will be in the movie. And the first minifig up is, of course, the Peter Quill, a.k.a. the legendary Star-Lord. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the figure in all his tiny-ass, 3-foot, barely like 2-inch glory. So here he is. Now, as you can see, I did not make any of the Guardians in their costumes from the end of the movie, from their blue uniforms at the end of the movie, simply because those minifigures already exist in LEGO, and I kinda made these before seeing the movie, and kind of before the movie came out. I made these figures, but since I saw the movie yesterday, that kind of gave me the excuse I needed to make this showcase. So here's Star-Lord. Now I'm gonna get these out of there real quick. The guns are the classic revolver pistols. Not at all accurate to his quad blasters in the movies, but again, I really don't give a shit. And I don't have those pieces handy. I don't have those pieces at all. And so it's the next best thing I could find, maybe apart from these. But I had 2 of these, lost one of them. So I figured, you know what, fuck it. I'll grab these the revolvers, and they work. They're not the greatest. Not really the greatest gun piece in the world, but they work. So I'm gonna take those out of his hands now. And so the helmet is like the Iron Man helmet, like the flat helmet, like you've seen this helmet before. And for those of you, you may have noticed in the movie, Star-Lord didn't have his helmet at all in the movie, and I don't know why. But I don't know why he didn't have his helmet. I guess maybe to symbolize that. Spoiler warning incoming. I guess to kind of symbolize that he's leaving the team, which is what he did. He did leave the team at the end of the movie. And so I guess him without his helmet, I guess that kind of symbolizes that he's leaving. He's not going to be part of the team anymore, or this may be the last time we see Star-Lord in a movie for a while, or something like that. I really don't know. And also, bet you're wondering, where's Gamora? Where's Mantis? Where's fucking everyone else that was in the movie? Didn't make them because 1, I don't have the pieces available, and 2, I didn't feel like it. I mean, I wasn't planning. I had a Gamora, but I may or may not have torn her apart to make Adam Warlock because I thought he was a cooler character than her in the movie. And also, I had no idea how to make Mantis, and also I didn't make any of the animal characters. I did not make any of Rocket's friends because their origin stories are so sad that it wouldn't have mattered if I made them or not because again, spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1, because they all die. All of them. All of Rocket's friends die in the movie. The Otter, what was her name? What was her name? Lila. What was the rabbit's name? Floor, and also the big Toofs. They all die. They all die very sad and very, very, very sad deaths. And Rocket, dude, Rocket's scream that he delivered in the movie, like, man, like that was insane. Like that was absolutely insane. That gave me the chills, dude. Hell, I thought like Star-Lord's scream at the end of the movie was gonna be gonna like give me the feels, but no, Rocket's scream, man, when he saw Lila's dead corpse, man, damn.
I don't really want to hear about this.
You were there.
I know, but it was so sad.
It was very sad. So I think that's all the spoilers. And in this movie, Rocket's origin story is explored in this movie, which is why it's so sad and disturbing. But anyway, here's Star-Lord. The helmet, you've seen this helmet before. It's been on Iron Man, it's been on Droid Steel, like those sort of things. And as you can see, it was originally a white helmet, and I colored it black with Sharpie. Left some spots out so I could fill them in with a red Sharpie, and I painted like gold detail on it to kind of make it look like his helmet from Guardians 1 and 2 and in Avengers. But kind of put my spin on it, but kind of make it look like from the movie. And as you can see, you did temporarily see his head there. And now the head is like the standard like tough guy head that was on like Batman, Loki, Lex Luthor, like that head. And the hair, as you can see, the hair is a custom made. So I took this hairpiece. And you can see what I did to it there. I cut off the sideburns, kind of cut it down to make it look like this, and I sanded the back of it. I sanded kind of like the top part here to make it look smooth. And this was not his hairstyle in the movie, by the way, or any of the movies, by the way. But I don't really care because this is kind of my own version of Star-Lord, and also kind of based off his looks from Guardians 1 and 2. It's kind of like he has a jacket and he has a shirt that's just and the torso is actually a dark red torso, and I did the shirt there in black Sharpie, painted a brown strap over it, on both sides of the torso, and if it would focus, both sides of the torso. And to kind of make it throw together like both his looks from Guardians 1 and 2. Like he has a jacket from Guardians 2 and Infinity War. He has the strap from Guardians 1, and they kind of throw it all together. And the arms are obviously dark red arms. The hands are brown hands, made like for his gloves. And the legs are like the Death Star Trooper legs, because he used to be a Ravager. He used to steal things with Yondu. So I gave him those legs because they kind of look like pockets. And that's actually it for Peter Quill, aka the legendary Star-Lord, and probably my favorite Guardian next to Rocket. But you know what? Yeah, him and Rocket, I think, are definitely my two favorite Guardians. But here is Star-Lord, and the next minifig up is Drax the Destroyer. Another one of my favorite Guardians, because he's just like that badass. And I'm gonna get these out of the way now. The knives were originally the Lego side piece. As you can see on both of them, I cut off these hooks on either side of them. Make them look like the knives, not really look like the knives that he had in the movie, but kind of make them look like big knives that something he would wield. And the head and the arms they're from the Lego collectible minifigure series, like Troll Warrior, Ogre Warrior thing. I don't know, but this is obviously not based off of Drax's look from the movie. It's kind of my own version of Drax, and kind of based off the comics. And I wanted to use this one in particular because it had the red there to kind of keep his tattoos. And the torso and legs, they're both from Wenwu, from the Lego Shang-Chi sets. And as you can see, I took a black Sharpie and colored over some of the details on the torso that I didn't want to be there. And of course, and as you can see, I did leave some details showing, like this part and this part. So kind of on the back, you kind of make it look like like a tactical sort of like suit or something that he would wear. Kind of his kind of like what he wore at the end of Endgame at Iron Man's funeral. And because he never went like bare, like he never went like shirtless in the movie, which kind of surprised me. But nonetheless, I did make it like this, and even though I did make these figures before I saw the movie, kind of before the movie came out. So yeah, that's actually it for. As you can see, the detail kind of continues on the legs there. That's actually it for Drax the Destroyer. Now, like a basic minifigure. But I think it turned out pretty cool, and if you'll cooperate there. Now, the next minifig up is 89P13, aka Rocket Raccoon. Now, oh my god, he has such a tragic backstory, man. Like, Jesus Christ, and I think he has. I think one of the saddest origin stories in all of comics, dude. Like, do you agree with me on that one?
Sure.
Like, Jesus Christ, like screw Spider-Man story, like Uncle Ben dying and him becoming a hero. No, like screw they got like Spider-Man, like Uncle died, becomes hero. Batman lost both his parents as a child, becomes hero. No, not him. Kidnapped. And
He was taken from birth, and then his whole being was altered to be made into these killing machines, I think, and he wasn't used because he was worthless. Then he escaped.
Yeah, well, no, I mean pretty much, but his origin, man, damn. In the first Guardians of the movie, in the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie, Rocket was kind of, yelling at everyone, I didn't ask to get made, I didn't ask to be torn apart and put back together over and over and over again. And now we finally know, what he meant by that in this movie. Which is quite literally what happened to him. He started out as a normal, regular raccoon, and he was tortured, he was changed into he was changed into what you know him as now, and it was extremely disturbing. And it wasn't just him. It wasn't just him that was what High Evolutionary. He's the main villain. What he was trying to do was he was trying to create the perfect utopia sort of thing. He was trying to create the perfect species. And as you can see, and as you've heard, I said 89P13. That was Rocket's identification number or experiment number or whatever before him and his friends changed them. So what he was trying to do was what High Evolutionary was trying to do was trying to create the perfect species, and Rocket was the ultimate kind of the progress that he made. Rocket was the step before the second to last step. High Evolutionary almost had it right, with Rocket, but he was gonna rip his brain out of his head and use that to kind of create the perfect species, but that obviously didn't happen because Rocket escaped. His friends, on the other hand, no, they didn't escape. They were killed right in front of him. It was very, very tragic and very, very disturbing. And one thing I've picked up about the movie is that High Evolutionary is a very, very fucked up supervillain. Jesus Christ.
What's his name?
High Evolutionary is his name, yeah. He was a very fucked up villain. He was trying to create the perfect utopia. Perfect utopia, the perfect society, it doesn't exist. There's always going to be flaws. And he tried to make the perfect one, but capturing and torturing and kind of changing the anatomy of animals really isn't the way to do it. Jesus Christ. And Rocket Raccoon he finally found out he was a raccoon. Because at the end of the movie, when they stormed the High Evolutionaries like base of operations, he found a bunch of baby raccoons with like labeled raccoon, and then he finally discovered, he's like, I'm a freaking raccoon.
I thought he knew he was a raccoon.
No, well, throughout the movies, he would like, when people would call him a raccoon, and he would snap and like, not a damn raccoon. But he finally found that he was a raccoon, and he saved a bunch of baby raccoons that High Evolutionary was going to experiment on. But Rocket saved them, and it was awesome. And I think that's nope, that's not it for spoilers. There's still gonna be more spoilers in this video. Again, I said it at the beginning. I said there'd be spoilers, so if you're still sticking around, like if you get mad at me and call me an asshole for spoiling the movie, I told you at the beginning that there were gonna be spoilers. So there's really no point getting angry at me and calling me a dick in the comments because I told you there was gonna be spoilers. I told you. So and I will put like in the description that there will be spoilers in this video. So that's it for Rocket's like origin, my little tangent on Rocket, and he's one of my favorite Guardians. That he has a very, very dark origin story. But moving on to the actual figure here. This gun is actually very similar to the gun that he used at the end of the movie when they stormed the High Evolutionaries like Citadel or like Castle or whatever the hell. This is very similar to the gun he used. And how I made it was I took a Lego stud shooter, kind of like took out like the part here that actually fires the stud. I took that out. I took a like Technic pin and colored them both with a silver Sharpie. This is kind of like the barrel of the gun, and I took the end of the lightsaber, kind of cut that down, and shoved it into here to kind of make like that part of the gun to make it look like how you see it. And I think this turns out pretty cool. This turned out pretty cool. It's not like the most complicated gun in the world, but it's very similar to the gun he used at the end of the movie. And his look, and like this figure is obviously not based off of his look from the movie. Kind of my own version of Rocket Raccoon. The head, this head in piece is not from the most recent Rocket. This is from the 2017 Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Rocket minifigure, because it's the only one that I have. It's the one that I had lying around, so I would figured I would use it. And the arms are just standard gray arms, gray hands. And the torso is kind of like when things get a little bit like complicated here. The torso is brown, and I colored over it with black Sharpie. I colored it like a strap running down, and kind of did like silver like details, kind of running around here to kind of make it look how you see it. Of course, this side actually being a little bit more like scruffed up. Like the sides being more scruffed up than the front and the back, which is actually kind of like that look that I have going for him. And the legs were black, short black legs, and I colored boots. I kind of did like boot detail like in silver with a silver Sharpie, and then I went over it with a brown Sharpie to kind of make it look like shiny like brown boots or like something along those lines. So that's actually it for Rocket Raccoon. One of I think probably my favorite, one of my favorite Guardians, and definitely one of the most tragic backstories in all of comics. So that's it for Rocket, and the next minifig up is Groot. Here is Groot, and now this. And I didn't really do a whole lot. Actually, I didn't really do much this figure. Really, all I did was change the hands to be black, so I couldn't find brown hands. But like the entire, like the head and the torso, they're both from the 2018 Avengers Infinity War Teenage Groot. Even though Groot is an adult in Guardians 3, even though he is an adult, still it's the only Groot figure that I had. And it's not actually Groot, it's Groot's son, because at the end of the first Guardians of the Galaxy, Groot died, and he was replanted, and Rocket replanted him but that wasn't Groot. Like, this isn't, like, Groot from Guardians 2 onward, that's not Groot. That is Groot's son. I know, it's kind of confusing, but that's, according to Kevin Feige, it's Groot's son, not Groot, so. The director of Marvel. But yeah. Like, the arms are brown arms, hands, black hands. Legs are brown legs, and this is like, black hip piece. And Groot, and of course the only thing Groot says is "I am Groot," but he doesn't always say "I am Groot." At the end of the first Guardians movie, before he died, he said "We are Groot," and at the end of Guardians 3, he actually spoke a full sentence. He actually said, spoiler warning in 3, 2, 1. He actually said, "I love you guys," which kind of took me by surprise. Like, oh, he speaks. He speaks. So yeah, he did say, "I love you guys" at the end of the movie, which was very surprising. But he actually said, "I am Groot" because we as an audience actually understand what Groot was saying. So like, it kind of makes it makes sense. So that's it for Groot. I think probably the funniest Guardian, at least in my personal opinion. And the next minifig up is Thor, son of Odin, the god of thunder. And yes, he was a Guardian. He was an honorary Guardian for Gamora in Thor: Love and Thunder. He was with the Guardian, so he was temporarily a Guardian. So here's Thor. And to get this out of the way, this is obviously different from the Thor from my Avengers showcase, because he has Stormbreaker. Now this is now I made this Stormbreaker. I took a silver stud, shoved it onto this like lightsaber piece sort of thing. Like, I think it came on Ninjago once or twice, like Ninjago sets. And I put a flat gray stud on the back here. And I got the like axe piece, and it's on a brown rod, kind of make it look more like Stormbreaker. And here is Thor. Here's the actual figure. And I made this figure. It's kind of my own design. It's kind of like trying to throw together like Thor's look at the end, like at the beginning of Infinity War when the Guardians first found him, and also kind of his look like in Thor: Love and Thunder when he was with the Guardians. And that's kind of what I did here, because the hair and the head, and the cape didn't change, and the head and the hair are both from the most recent version of Thor from the Love and Thunder sets that came out. And the cape is just a standard red cape. I got mine off the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man from the Lego Marvel Collectible Minifigure series. And like this is like when things change here. So the torso is actually from Jane Foster Thor, or the Money Thor from the Lego Thor: Love and Thunder sets, and I did some work on it. I took a Sharpie and I covered up like all of the detail except for the discs on the front. I didn't do anything on the back because it'd be covered up by the cape. And to kind of make it look like that, kind of make it look like Thor at the end of Infinity, like the end of Thor Ragnarok and like the beginning of Infinity War, when Thanos boarded their ship and he killed Loki. So that's kind of the look I went for, but also kind of combining that with his look in Thor: Love and Thunder. So that's actually it for the arms are just flesh arms, and the legs are just black legs. So that's actually it for Thor. Probably, I think, one of the most basic figures in the showcase. I mean, they're all like, they're not all like overly detailed, but like you know, kind of, they're not like overly detailed, but they have their level of detail. And the final figure in this showcase is Adam Warlock. Probably one of the coolest characters in the movie. I thought he was awesome in the movie, honestly. And Will Poulter, he did an excellent job as Adam Warlock, even though I've only seen Adam Warlock in the Superhero Squad show. I don't really know what he's like in the comics or all that, but Will Poulter did get a very, very good job portraying Adam Warlock in the movie. I thought he was awesome in the movie. Like, at the beginning of the movie, he was just badass. He almost killed Drax at the beginning of the movie. Like, that was so awesome. But of course, and Adam Warlock is in the showcase because he was, like, one of the main villains of the movie. But again, another spoiler in 3, 2, 1. In the after credit scene, he actually joined the team. He joined the team with Rocket and Groot and the other characters who, like, and Cosmo, the space dog who appeared in the movie, as well as the kids, as well as one of the kids that they rescue at the end of the movie when they break into the High Evolutionaries, like, Citadel thing. And so yeah, he does become a Guardian at the end of the movie, which was actually spoiled for me. Like, I kind of saw a shot of that, like, on TikTok, and I'm like, fuck! But I knew it was gonna happen, and this figure is obviously not based off of his look in the movie because that figure already exists. So this is kind of my own version of Adam Warlock. I kind of threw together the comics version and his look from the movie. Like, kind of starting with the hair. The hair was the same exact hairpiece I used in Star-Lord, but I painted it in gold because, of course, Adam Warlock is Aisha's son. Like the gold people. So I painted the hairpiece, this piece in gold. The head is from the Watcher from the Lego Marvel. What set did it come in? I think Iron Man, like Tony Stark Sicarian Iron Man armor, I think, or one of the other what if sets that he came in. And I figured it worked well for, like, the comics version of Adam Warlock, so I used that. And I think it looks cool. It's kind of like thrown together like the look from his look from the movie and, like, the comics look for Adam Warlock. And the cape is a standard red cape, with the newer case with the single hole. And the torso and legs are from Makari from the Lego Eternal sets. Because honestly, I think it worked well for Adam Warlock. It's, like, not based off the movie. It's kind of my own design, and it has, like, the same color scheme from Adam Warlock for the movie, but kind of just, like, my own design with aspects from his movie look, like, implemented onto the figure. And of course, I did do some, like, I did paint gold here and there, and also on the back of the torso to kind of make it look like not like that, like, because, like, there were hip details because of the female torso, so it covered them up with gold paint, but it doesn't really take away from the look of the figure. The arms are dark red arms. The hands are gold hands, because it kind of ties the figure together. And honestly, I think it looks really cool. Because Adam Warlock, he was really cool. He was awesome in the movie, and he was really freaking cool in the movie, dude. I'm not gonna lie, he was awesome. But that's actually it for Adam Warlock, and that is it for this showcase video. So I'm going to zoom out so you can see all the figures in their tiny. Thor, you're fucking up Groot over here, dude. Fuck it. So that is actually it for this showcase video. Actually, I'm gonna do that. So that's actually it for the Guardians of the Galaxy showcase video. If you guys enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, and share. And follow me on my socials, links down below. And if you have seen the movie, what did you think of the movie? Let me know in the comments. And if you have any thoughts on these figures, let me know in the comments. Whatever you like, dislike about them, whatever. I will take I will take your criticism if y'all have any, really. If y'all have criticism, I'll take it. So let me know in the comments what you like, dislike, whatever the hell about the figures or the movie. Like, we can talk about the movie in the comments if you want, if you've seen it. And if you have seen the movie, then I hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't and you made it through to the end of this video, I'm sorry, but I did warn you at the beginning that there were going to be spoilers. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. This is Pat, signing off.